Hi, this is Paul. I was torn about which video to make, but then I thought about something else. And as much as I say I don't want to talk about Donald Trump anymore, I just have to talk about him destroying the East Wing in the White House, to put a ballroom in there. First of all, he shouldn't be doing that to begin with. Okay, it's not his building; it's the people's building. Okay, so he shouldn't be doing it. The very fact that Congress lets him get away with it is even more shameful that he's doing it. And I know a bunch of rich people are supplying the money, or legalized bribes allegedly to pay for this. Uh, but it's in the end it's going to be tacky and it's really ridiculous that the fact that they're letting this idiot uh, destroy the White House, okay, and Congress is so passive, okay, and it's just a shame that it's happening to this country. And like I said, it's going to take a lot of bleach, okay, and a lot of stains to remove this permanent stain that he's put on the White House. The very fact that they're letting this idiot uh, uh, demolish the East Wing so he can build a tacky ballroom is absolutely shameless. Okay, this is the White House, and it's an absolute shame that that no congressman, all the Republicans are silent as church mouses. Just absolutely ridiculous. They're not saying anything about him putting this tacky ballroom in the White House. Okay, it's a really a shame. Okay, that they're letting it happen, and it's just really just again just gives me another reason just to can't that I can't stand him. That the fact that he's doing this to that White House, that building, okay, that slaves built, okay, that's supposed to be the people's building, okay, and yet this idiot is doing it. And also, since on the subject of Donald Trump, and he wants them to pay him, the Department of Justice, to pay him $236 million because supposedly because he got prosecuted and he had to defend himself. Okay, are you kidding me? Maybe if you didn't commit the crimes that you were charged with, okay, and then maybe you wouldn't be requesting this. And I swear it takes everything in me to not uh, scream and yell they better not pay him that money. Okay, that $236 million. They should tell him go kick rocks. But like I said, he got a bunch of cronies working in the Department of Justice, so they're probably going to approve the money, which is a shame. And I think people should wind up suing him if they actually give him that money. Okay, I think the American people should launch a class action lawsuit against the Department of Justice for taking taxpayer money for this idiot who got charged. Okay, he got charged. Okay, it was a grand jury that indicted him. Okay, they didn't pull things out of the air. He actually got charged for something. Okay, he got by a grand jury. Okay, and he basically ran the clock out so he couldn't be charged with none of that stuff because he won the election. Okay, but there was no malicious prosecution of him. Okay, and the very fact if the Department of Justice approves that money, as people should take a class action lawsuit, okay, and sue the Department of Justice to stop that money from being paid to him. Okay, because that would be the crime of the century, in my opinion, to give him that money. It's absolutely ludicrous, in my opinion, to give him that money. Okay, he got charged, he got indicted. Okay, there was no weaponization of the Justice Department. Okay, you got charged and you had the right for a trial, but of course you ran out the clock. You ran for president and ran out the clock. Of course, with your stooges on the Supreme Court, saying that we'll let the clock helping you run the clock out, so you wouldn't formally go on trial for those crimes that you allegedly committed. Okay, so spare me the BS. Okay, and the very fact that they're even considering is shameful. Okay, and again, like I said, also him destroying the East Wing in the White House to build a tacky ballroom is absolutely ludicrous. Okay, and again, like I said, this Congress is going to go down as one of the most weakest, ineffectual Congresses ever in the history of the Congresses. It's just really absolutely ridiculous that they're letting him get away with it, destroying the East Wing. And like I said, it's supposed to be the people's house, and the very fact that he's doing it is absolutely shameful and just completely tacky. Okay, but again, like I said, he's a complete narcissist, and he doesn't care. Okay, but again, I do believe in karma, and I do believe karma will get him eventually. Okay, I think it's just a matter of time. Okay, and I think eventually all the stuff that he's doing is going to catch up to him, and I think karma will get him in the end. Okay, and so I hope it's rather sooner than later. But I do believe in karma, and I do believe karma. Okay, for bad people, I think bad things. I believe people that do bad things, eventually karma will get up to catch up to them. I think it's only a matter of time. Okay, and again, that's my opinion on those two things, which I think are absolutely shameful and shameless. Okay. Anyway, let me know what you think of the whole ballroom thing, and also the Department of Justice considering paying him $236 million for legal fees and stuff for the crimes that he got, for the crimes that he was indicted for, that he never went on trial. That the Supreme Court, excuse me, helped him run out the clock on. Okay, so maybe they should give him a dime. But and again, like I said, if they do, I definitely think people should get a class action lawsuit and sue the Department of Justice to stop that money from being paid to him. Okay, and I truly believe that. Okay, and hopefully that will happen if they ever consider doing that, which I think would be just one of the all-time greatest. Forget about it. I'm done with this. Anyway, let me know what you think of those two things. Feel free to leave comments down below. In the description box, I have links to my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram. Also have a link to my main channel, Trepacer, in the description box as well. Also have a link down below to my Patreon. My Patreon is only $5 a month. Over 200 videos on there. 5 different categories. You get 5-minute preview clips of all the content that's on there. The last thing I put up on there was Peacemaker Season 2. All Season 2 is on my Patreon. All 8 episodes are on there, unedited. Okay, so follow the link. It'll take you to my Patreon page. Also, I have a link down below to my merchandise store. As you can see, I'm wearing my black spherical circle design. I have that design, and I also have the Trepacer logo. That is the 2 designs I have on my merchandise that I sell in my store. I have it on t-shirts, hats, sweatshirts, hoodies, water bottles, teddy bears. Okay, for men, women, unisex. So follow the link. It'll take you to my merchandise store. And I'm probably going to be buying myself a sweatshirt since it's going to be November, December, winter months here in New York. So I'll probably get a hoodie, maybe with the spherical circles, maybe with the logo. I'm thinking more the spherical circle because I'm really liking these spherical circles. And I think a nice black hoodie with it, or maybe even a white hoodie with the spherical circles on it. Either way, you'll probably be seeing me wear that in the coming weeks when I order it from my store. So again, link to my store is in the description box. Also, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps the channel, and I truly appreciate it. Also, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you know when I upload new content to this channel. And this is Paul saying so long and take care.